Gee, shooter games sure are hard.
They sure are, Billy. How would you like it if your favorite class could slow and stun people? Would that help?
Boy, would it. Only, I keep dying to snipers.
Well, sure. We'll give you a sniper rifle, too.
And, and what about soldiers? They move too much and hit me with splash damage.
That's all right, Billy. We'll give you an invulnerability and a full heal.
Gee whiz, how much does all this cost?
Why, if you only own a PC, just over 50 Canadian dollars.
But, but I only play on consoles.
What are you, some kind of
Overwatch is the newest, totally original idea, do not steal game made by everyone's favorite branch of Activision, Blizzard. It's first-person shooting at its finest, with two whole game modes for you to enjoy. Push the cart, a mode where you camp a moving object with turrets and shields, or King of the Hill, a tried and true staple in many games. But is it good? Unfortunately, it's okay. Team Fortress 2 came out in 2007. And the sad thing is, Overwatch isn't much different. They have 10 years of data, almost, to use for a game that's ultimately very similar and has some of the flaws that TF2 has, but doesn't really add a lot. Now, before we get, straight into the gameplay and talk about, is the gameplay good? How does it compare to other first-person shooter games? What makes it good? Let's talk really quick about this here, and I don't know. For some people, this isn't going to be a major issue. For me, it is one. It doesn't stop me from playing the game, it doesn't stop me from having fun in the game, but ultimately it's very disappointing, and it does negatively affect my rating. There's no way around that. So, the game has payment options for skins, cosmetic items. Normally that doesn't actually bother me. Normally if you say, oh, you can buy cosmetic stuff, I'm like, you know what, hey, that's cool, that's fine. I personally never, ever buy cosmetic options. I think it's a waste of money, and I'm very cheap and frugal, and part of that is I don't have a lot of money as well. But we are talking about a $40 game. Now, that's on PC. If it was on consoles, it would be 60. And Canadian, it's 53. So suddenly it's a little less obvious here which to do. But the thing is, payment options are okay for cosmetic items, even in a full price game. Rainbow Six Siege, for example. However, blind boxes are stupid. Let's go to Cly Interactive, for example. They have these cute little figures for Don't Starve. I love Don't Starve. I would love to buy a little figure. It's in a blind box. It's kind of cash grabby in my opinion. I'm not going to spend a shitload of money to maybe get something I want. Certainly not in a game like Overwatch, where you open a box and you're not guaranteed to get anything. A lot of the time you get duplicates, and they get you 5 coins. You need 1,000 coins to buy, the super skins, most of which don't even look that good, but, some of them do, and some people want to have that sort of prestigious thing. So, and that's the big issue. The issue isn't the payment option. It's not the fact that it's a full-price game that's asking money for cosmetic DLC. It's the fact it's a blind box, and you don't know what you're going to get, and you probably won't get what you want, and it's very expensive. It's $2 a box. $2 US, mind you. Absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion. No excuse for it. So what does Overwatch do well? Well, it's a very pretty game. Aesthetically, it's very nice. The characters look very different, and that's very pleasing to the eye. It's very fun to sort of get into the mindset of one of these different characters. Not entirely unique. They're very stereotypical. We've seen them all before, but that's okay. They're done fairly well. The level design is kind of crappy. Most levels just have a major choke point. I would like for more flanking options. In fact, one major thing I think Blizzard could do to make the game actually pretty okay is add in a sort of dynamic map system where if maybe if your team's losing, right the last minute of the round, it opens up like a new area for you to go across. Or there's a side objective, like take and hold the bridge, and you hold this power generator and it extends the bridge down. And that would just be like a fun little thing. It's like, oh, do I want to defend the cart, or do I want to go over and get that bridge open so we can flank them a little better? Something like that would be interesting and add a dynamic that other games don't do. And that's the problem with Overwatch. Everything it does has been done before. Now, you can argue, oh, But Lobster, it's new. It's Blizzard. They always make innovative things. Well, no, not anymore. They haven't made an innovative game in a very long time. Oh, but Hearthstone. Well, no. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. They don't really make innovative things anymore, and that's fine if you do it really, really well. It's okay to make a new Call of Duty if you did it very well, but they don't. I mean, Call of Duty's crap, and it's been crap for a long time because they don't do anything new, interesting, and they don't evolve the genre. So ultimately, I gotta give Overwatch, an average review because that's what it is. It is an average game. I give it a 5.5. I rate things fairly harshly because to me, 5 is average, 0 is crap. You know what I mean? So it is average. It is fun with friends. I would not recommend it for the casual buyer. If you have friends to play it with, by all means, go ahead. But it's very much a team game, and any team game with pubs is just a terrible experience, especially one with a very low skill ceiling for many of the heroes. So one thing we've been talking about on the late night video channel over on Twitch is bringing in the community a little bit when I do these reviews and sort of talking with them, because again, I'm very much a critic. I've been writing reviews and analyzing movies since my youth. I'm very much into that, and I've been playing games since I was just a wee little boy, so I'm very informed about them, and because of that, nothing's new to me, really. I mean, there are some things that are new, but, Overwatch is not. So, Fireno2, for example, a big fan of Overwatch, his big comment here, he goes on about the sound design, says it's very, very nice. I can't really comment on it myself. The audio, the voices are okay, but the actual audio doesn't work for me. Doesn't work for a lot of people, and Blizzard doesn't have any response on that whatsoever still. It's been weeks after release, so that's alright. But, it's something to keep in mind. He does say it has very good sound design, so if you're into that, you may, enjoy that aspect of it. We have Mr. Origami here, gives it a 7 out of 10. Would be higher if not for the in-game purchases. Fair enough. And Borrowed Bullets. From what I've seen, my review, game looks great. A lot of little details, like all Blizzard games. Completely agree there. There's a lot of fun little nods to things. Too many hold left click equals win heroes. And his microtransactions, 4 out of 10, not worth the $50. Well, there you go. Borrowed's a lot more cynical than I am. Maybe? I don't know. I'm a pretty cynical guy. So, anyway, that'll be the review. If you like it, blibbity bloop and all that shoop. And, help me on YouTube, help me on Twitch. But mostly I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing it because I'm very passionate about reviewing. So if you have a little bit of a critique, please let me know. I'm more interested in critique than hearing, you have a terrible voice. I'm also more interested in critique than hearing, wow, I love you. But either way, I suppose my only final closing thought here is I really wanted to touch on the fact that any other game that comes out and has a shaky release is shit on universally, because that's what you do. It's very easy to do that. You get views for doing that. People love to get hyped up and angry about things and yell about it on the internet and go over their, I don't even know, what was a gaming, air quotes, journalism site these days. But anyway, go there and yell and get real mad and read other people getting mad about it. But Overwatch, every single website was just, oh, your Overwatch has problems. Let's talk about how we fix them. That's kind of unacceptable, guys. That is just absolutely terrible journalism. Don't shit on everybody else, and then when Blizzard makes a game that has one of the worst releases ever because it just didn't work, so many issues across the board. Anyway, just not important really to the review, just extremely frustrating that the, air quotes, journalistic community as a whole just kind of said, oh, it's fine, it's a Blizzard game. We have to say it's good, and we have to say it had a great release, when it really didn't. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter if you like the game or not. If a game had a bad release, yeah, it had a bad release. And it's okay to say that.
In closing here, Overwatch is like going to a fancy restaurant and having the waiter say, oh, would you like some aioli on your burger? And you're like, oh, yes, that sounds kind of fancy. Yeah, I'll have that. I haven't had that before. Ultimately, you're just getting mayonnaise with lemon in it. That's Overwatch. Is it a shooter? Yeah. Is it a new shooter? Well, yeah, but it's the same old shooter with a little bit of zest. If you like that, hey, that's great. I'm really happy for you. Definitely a fun game, just kind of average.
Anyway, take it easy, everyone. I will see you in the next review, or maybe on my channel or something. Who knows? Take it easy.